What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cali Current Podcast. And today we're going to be talking about on this special 4th of July Independence Day edition. And let's talk about why it can ignite more than just flags and independence celebration.
Hell yeah. I'm psyched. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Sorry, we appreciate you for being here, actually.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I really wanted to say. But, the 4th is coming. Everybody's psyched. But at the same time, we're not psyched as a society because of everything that's happening, and especially because of all the cancellations for the 4th of July celebrations in certain cities. But that's what it is. That's what we do. That's how we do. And that's what we have to do to get by.
Yeah, because, like back in the day, everybody was more, I don't know if we were more united or what, but before it was like 4th of July, everyone's proud to wave that USA flag. Everyone's like same team. Like it's kind of like when you go to the Lakers game. Like when you go to the Lakers game, everyone's a Lakers fan. So that's why it's cool about Independence Day or 4th of July. Like everybody's like, hey, we're on the same team because we're over here in the USA. But now, given the climate, I'm still all about the USA, I still, but then now there's like so much division now, like people don't, like, there's even calls for people to say, let's not celebrate the 4th of July. I even saw some posts by people saying, hey, let's just stay indoors or hang out with family, which I always hang out with family on 4th of July and stuff like that. Well, most of the time, but what about you think? You think it's...
To put it simply, that's what the administration wants. They want us to be afraid of not doing certain things and not going out there and being united. That's just my opinion about it. That's just plain and simple truth. But, to me, I really don't have a worry. There's a lot of people that are afraid. But, if you live your life afraid, you're never going to do anything in your life. It's like you're going to be like an agoraphobic. If everybody knows, that's the word of the day, by the way, agoraphobic. I don't know how to spell it. I'm going to have a crack at it. Agoraphobic, AGORAPHOBI. I don't know, whatever. I messed that up hard. But agoraphobia is a real thing, So that's the word of the day. If you don't know what it is, it's the fear of going outside. And but we should not be afraid. We should always trust in God. That's what it says on every dollar bill, right? That we have of our currency. That whatever in God we trust, and we should wholeheartedly abide by that. We should live by that credo, no matter what. But that's just my opinion about it. Everybody has their own way of seeing the world,
Well, agoraphobia or agoraphobic?
Agoraphobic.
Well, it should be kind of the same.
It's both.
Well, yeah, agoraphobia is fear of places and situations that might cause panic, helplessness, or embarrassment. Agoraphobia is an anxiety disorder.
Basically being outside of your house.
Damn, agoraphobia.
Yeah. Because you walk out of your house and you walk down this main street or whatever the case may be, and you're already being filmed by 20 different cameras in all those different angles. So you can't escape not being seen in public by anybody.
Yeah. Okay. I never heard of that word. Damn, that's a good one. Where'd you even come up with that? I never heard of that today. No, I've never heard of that today.
Well, it's just, whatever. I don't know.
It was just one in
I'm
there.
just a paisa with a big nopal on my forehead.
Paisa with a,
but I still celebrate the 4th, but I
vocabulary.
just don't go out there spending money on fireworks any longer. I enjoyed using fireworks when I was a kid. I enjoyed it, like any other kids. But all that went away, like when I turned like 18-ish, because not only did the fireworks start getting very expensive, it's literally like burning money. If I had $1 million, I would either just burn like $10,000 worth of money and then say, hey, there's my fireworks right there. I'm going to burn cash, currency, whatever, money, moolah, whatever. Argent in French.
I think a good idea, seeing how we're like the United States and we like to celebrate the 4th of July with fireworks, is to make the money like a firework in itself. Like when you light up a dollar bill, it sparkles like a sparkler. Or if you light up $100 bill, it like shoots up in the air like a mortar.
It's basically the same difference, because I used to say that term a lot, actually. That's what it is. You're just burning money in the fire pit or whatever the case may be. that's just the way I see it. You know, I don't care for fireworks anymore. I never did after I was 18.
I mean, I've always kind of cared for fireworks. It to me, I enjoy the fireworks. I mean, I've always like, not that I've ever purchased any illegal fireworks, or at least when I would purchase them, they were legal in the state or the area I would purchase them in, and they were legal to. Anyways, those ones that are illegal over here in Cali, those I would light them up in legal areas, whether it be a foreign country or whatever. Yeah. And yeah, when I was younger, I liked using those, man. Like, cause the way I would see it is like I thought I was a professional pyrotechnician too myself. But I'm really glad that out of all those years, you know, the only things I've got were like maybe minor little burns that healed the next day or two. But I never blew off my hand or nothing like that. Like I remember seeing when the Dodgers won the World Series. I think like maybe last season.
It's already been almost a full calendar year.
Either
in October.
Either 2 years ago or last season.
It was last season.
Last season they won. I remember seeing online people were like celebrating, you know, on the streets, like, you know, which I get it. You're like, yeah, when the Lakers win, I'm over there too celebrating. But to light up a firework and then you I don't know if you saw that video where the kid lights up his firework, and then I kind of was looking at the video a lot, and because, you know, when there's wind hitting the fuse, it's hard to light it up. So what you do is you light up the fuse at the shorter end, and it'll light up for sure. But I mean, obviously, if you light at the shorter end, then you're not gonna have much time to run away or to get to a safe distance. So I think that's what was happening. I think he kind of tried that technique, and obviously, when you light at the shorter end, it just ignited immediately.
And for myself, I think I prefer the fireworks more in outside of the U.S. because I mean I used to go to Mexico all the time, and you know, they have the big fat M80s right here, like this big. They're called cañones over there in Mexico, and then there's the palomas that are basically newspaper wrapped, and they have a bunch of gunpowder or whatever powder they use. I don't care, and they're huge. You can buy a small one like this size, and you can buy a big one that size, and that one's boom like. But that's just my
M80, damn. And there's different, isn't there like different sizes? There's like M80. I think there's like even like a M100.
Yeah, there is. There is. I mean, over there it's cheaper. You know, over there I could buy a lot of fireworks for like $10. Here you can't even buy 2 Piccolo Petes for $10, and there goes your $10. You're burning away your money basically. So that's the way I correlate it.
Yeah, I mean, and at least over here in California, all the fireworks sales are typically going towards fundraising. You know, back in the days, or like, you know, in previous years when I buy fireworks, I would like to know, like, oh, what cause am I supporting? Normally they'll say outside or in front of the fireworks stand, like, oh, this is for men's high school, you know, like Cesar Chavez Basketball High School.
Yeah.
So they'll tell you, or if it's like
they're all fundraising.
Yeah, they're all fundraising. At the same time,
I was always curious when I was a kid of why, you know, there was fireworks stands and where the money went. But yeah, I found out because I volunteered it.
But you know what I kind of think is, I think that it's unregulated and they just let price gouging go rampant when it comes to fireworks. Because really, I was in, where was it? Oh, when we were in Cali Current, Atlanta. When we were in Atlanta, I was at the.
I think we mentioned it already on 2 episodes ago, where you wanted to buy, I guess, a set
of fireworks.
Cost $16 over there, but here it costs like $35, $40.
It was 25. It was 25 over there.
Okay.
And over here they go for 100 or 80.
And they sold them at a store, at an actual grocery store.
At a grocery store.
Yeah, and here we have to wait until 4th of July. Well, I mean,
they don't even sell more because they were mortars. They were mortars.
But they don't. But the point is that they sold them. That was like a month and a half ago. That's 6 weeks ago, and they were already selling them.
Yeah, they're already selling them. They were ready to celebrate.
Here in SoCal, we have to wait until
the week
5 days. Yeah,
5
days. Before it used to be 2 weeks. Actually, when I was a kid, I remember it almost used to be like a month, and that all changed already.
Yeah, and so
California is getting stricter with the firework regulations.
Yeah, in Atlanta they had mortars. Mortars are the ones that you put them in they give you like a tube, whatever. You light them up, they shoot up in the air, and they explode with some colors, kind of like the Disneyland fireworks. So in Atlanta, they had mortars for $25. Over here in Southern California, they're
Damn,
illegal.
Gina, that's a good deal. That's a really great deal.
That's a really great deal. I mean, I've heard friends, tell me like, "Oh, I'm trying to get some mortars," but because they're not legal over here in California, and I've heard people pay between $80 to $100 versus 25 in Atlanta, which that's crazy. Which I guess due to legalities.
Let's all go down to live to Atlanta because everything's cheaper down there. Cost of living, cost of housing, cost of everything. Well, look, my insurance just went up, not because I'm trying to change the subject or anything, but you're right. They price gouge these fireworks because when I was a kid, I remember growing up getting 4 Piccolo Petes for $1, and that's not. You'll be lucky if you get one Piccolo Pete for $4 now. So it's all changed. It's all different. Point is that everything's changing. Inflation's killing us. My insurance just went up, like, I don't know, 20%, maybe 25 almost. There's nothing we can do about it. The main point is that I got to leave California because everything's getting uber expensive. Didn't we just also discuss that something happened recently where if we want to buy, we're sort of trying to get into the crypto game. And that's, I would assume it's a great investment because maybe one day, everything's going to be crypto. That's what everybody keeps saying and keeps talking about or keeps wondering, oh, should I buy crypto or not? Because it's only, going to get better and bigger and whatever. Because it is, of course, we all know it's a risk. But I'm really thinking about it. I'm considering, I've already been talking about it with my wife. And we sort of want to get into the crypto game. We just have to pick the right coins, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you want to get into the coins or investments. Basically, it's an investment.
Correct.
Definitely.
Correct, yeah.
It's just a different type of investment, whether you want to do this or that.
Okay, if anybody heard that, that sounded like a big fat paloma like this big. I mean, because that was huge, and that's what they sound like.
Yeah, I don't know if the microphones captured that.
I'm sure they did. Well, everybody knows because Oreo is barking like crazy, and she goes crazy and she goes nuts when she hears fireworks. And it's too bad. We're going to have to wait and see what's going to happen because we're going to have a rough shoot coming up in the next few weeks because of the fireworks situation. It's 4th of July this Friday coming up, but, you're going to get this special edition podcast for Independence Weekend since it's on a Friday. And a lot of people already left town. I mean, I tried to drive on Sunday, and a lot of people were gone today, too. I didn't see a lot of people on the roads today, even though it's a Monday. Usually, Monday's like the worst day for traffic on a weekday.
Yeah, I mean, one of my dogs, Grimace, the smaller Dachshund that we had on the previous episode, if you guys saw her, Grimace, she don't bark at them. I mean, she gets scared, which kind of sucks. But Oreo, my bigger Dachshund mix, she despises the fireworks. She wants to kill them. She hates them, as you could hear her in the background barking amok. Yeah. But it was funny though, because the other day, like, she escaped to the front yard or to the front gate, whatever, and then just so happened someone lit up a firework. She took off running full speed to the firework, and I was like, oh crap. And then when she got to the fireworks, she just kind of like stared at it and then took off and she ran back. I was like, it kind of reminded me of that meme where those two dogs are barking at each other with a fence. And then once they take out the fence and they're just like,
oh, yeah. I saw that video not too long ago. I think you should send it to me.
Yeah, so she's beefing with the fireworks, but when she's like ready to confront them, she's just...
My Grace is the same way. She'll bark at you and go crazy on you, but in reality, she's a softie. She won't even try to lunge at you or anything like that. She's like that. But yeah, just if this 4th of July is coming up, try to keep your dogs indoors, especially because now everybody's gonna go crazy with the M80s and whatever the illegal fireworks that they brought over from Mexico or from another place.
What about have you seen they have ear muffs for dogs? They're like little cones that you put on their ears. I was thinking about getting them for my dogs, but I was like, really?
Are you gonna get them though? Because you say a lot of things and you don't do them.
I was thinking, if I'm going to do it, it has to be like tonight. That way they get here before Friday. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of wondering, will it even help dampen the noise on their ears? I mean, if it does, that'll be helpful.
The dogs have very sensitive hearing. I really highly doubt that.
It'll work.
There's a market for everything. Anybody can have an idea Somebody just gave me an idea to sell something, but she really did make it clear. One of my writers, because everybody, of course, understands that I drive, and they tell me things, and I'm like, oh well, sure, why not? Oh, it was an older lady actually. I took her to a doctor appointment from Riverside to Monrovia or something like that. It was way out there. It was like in East Pasadena. I hate the area because if I can't be in that area, but that's just me. But I came back to Orange County and I got way more rides here. Point being is that 4th of July is coming up. Make sure everybody's safe. Make sure you guys party hardy. Get your Uber rides and Lyfts and whatever. And make sure it's a few bucks, $30, $40 investment. Saves you from getting a DUI, from paying thousands and thousands of dollars that you don't need to pay. So don't be cheap. Yeah, of course, everybody wants to have a good time. I know I'm probably going to drive in the morning, early morning, and just still see what I'm going to. I don't even, do we even have any plans for 4th of July? Because, it also coincides with something else because I guess we already discussed it, but we didn't concrete our plans. So what are we going to do for the 4th? What are we going to do for the 4th?
I mean, for the 4th, I don't know. I was normally the past 2 years what I've been doing is going to an Angels game. But it sucks though because the Angels baseball, I mean, I never paid attention until maybe like a couple of years ago. And I was like, why is it that the Angels are never home on 4th of July? It's like you would think they would rotate maybe 1 year not home, 1 year another year they're home.
Yeah.
But no, every effing year, my favorite baseball team is they're always away on my day.
Well,
on the 4th of July.
we did initially plan about 2 months ago to go to the Angels game in Toronto, which is in Canada, but that plan went by the wayside because over here, my co-host,
that was me.
Whatever he did, just dampened everything for the plan to go to Canada. Oh well.
Long story
maybe
short,
next year.
Yeah, I made an error, bought the wrong plane tickets to Atlanta. So, long story short, I was like, now the tickets to Toronto are gonna have to be canceled to make up for that error.
But it works out because of the fact that not only he's a little shorthanded, myself, I too.
Oh, that's right.
I got screwed actually recently. My employer didn't pay me on Friday, and I was supposed to get paid on Friday. And it's like now that the last day was on Friday for the school year, now they're going to be behind. So I reached out to my employer, my boss, and she said, oh, well, sorry, it was our mistake, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get paid this Friday. Well, if this Friday is 4th of July, and it's like, she's like, oh, you're going to get back pay too. I'm like, well, I needed my money Friday. I don't need my money this Friday. I needed it already because I have bills to pay. Yeah, everybody does.
We would have had to have paid for the tickets to the Canada because the Angels this year.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago, it was Angels versus the Padres, which was like a 2-hour drive.
But I just want to say that it worked out because a good thing that we didn't go because I wasn't gonna have any money regardless.
Oh, there you go.
So even if I get paid probably Thursday, but if I don't get paid Thursday, I'm gonna get paid the following Monday.
And then the year before, it was in Oakland, which was an 8-hour drive, which was not bad but doable.
Now it's even worse because it's now going to Toronto.
Yeah, now it's Toronto. I mean, that one would have been kind of interesting, but.
Well, I mean, Canada itself is not known for baseball. I don't think they won the World Series in 1992. I remember still because I was a kid, whatever. I was growing up or whatever, going through puberty and such. And it's like, okay, well, that's the last time they were good. But ever since then, they tried basketball. Everybody knows that Canada is a hockey nation and all.
Oh, yeah.
And, well, it doesn't matter because lately the U.S. has been winning the hockey Stanley Cup, blah, 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 whatever. I don't want to say the name, but hopefully I won't get sued.
I think the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Well, they're at the same time with they ended like 1 week. They always end 1 week before the NBA Finals, and we already know who won those. Honestly, I don't even know who won the Stanley Cup this year. I don't pay attention ever. I would never know. So, moving forward, be safe. Everybody happy 4th. Well, the next topic we want to speak about is, I guess, very close to us because It's your co-host's birthday day, and we're going to talk about what we really like to do. Well, I've already said it before. I don't like to celebrate my birthday that much anymore.
I mean, I always like celebrating my birthday just because I got used to everybody celebrating my birthday. But yeah, the last couple years, I haven't been celebrating it too crazy. Just doing something out of the normal. Because before it was always like a big old get together. Everyone's always partying on my birthday. So yeah, the last 2 years, I've just been keeping it real low key. Just going to a baseball game, which I mean, I love me a baseball game, man. At the same time, I was lit as heck. But
to say the least.
To say the least, exactly. So yeah, I had a good time out there celebrating at a baseball game. What about you? How do you like? I mean, celebrating at a baseball game was pretty great, I would say. I would love to, a Green Bay Packers football game in July would be great, but well, it's not football season, so I can't celebrate at a football game.
Well, my birthday is in October. It's basically close to Halloween. I'm not gonna say what. Well, we already told everybody that yours is on the 4th. So mine is on the 25th of October, but I usually celebrate it close to Halloween, regardless. So I used to mix both of them when I was younger, in my early mid-20s.
Damn, but so every now and then again, your birthday will land on the October Sunday, so you could get a football.
Yeah,
a football Sunday.
You know what? And I sort of have always wanted to go to Lambeau Field, so we're possibly going to make that dream come true, not only for me, but for my co-host over here, especially because of the fact that I've always wanted to go to Lambeau Field just to experience the experience, because everybody says, oh, go to Lambeau Field, everybody's down to earth, and it's in the actual small town of, what city? Green Bay, right?
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
It's not a big city, and everybody loves
Everybody there loves football.
Yeah, everybody's like cordial.
That's the main attraction, football. And
except if you're a Chicago Bears fan, but I'm not a Chicago Bears fan. So if we go, I guess we would go. It would have to be, my LA Rams against his Green Bay Packers. So maybe that'll be a thought. Personally, like I mentioned, I don't really like to celebrate my birthday as much anymore. But I wouldn't mind going somewhere for my birthday. That's a real treat, actually. That's how I would love to celebrate my birthday, going somewhere for my birthday. And, I mean, that would be great, actually, if we made it to a Packers game or something. I don't know what day. I think my birthday falls on a Friday this year. So, regardless, everybody takes 2 days before, 2 days after your birthday to celebrate if it falls close to a weekend or something.
I mean, on the Friday, that's the weekend. So, hey, that's officially still good.
Technically,
because if it was a Wednesday... And then the Wednesday, the game's on Sunday, then it's kind of like, it's far away. But see, if it's a Friday, then it's like, then the excitement is there. If you're traveling by plane, helicopter, or monorail, whatever, then, you're already there in the hype on Friday.
All I know is that if it does fall on Friday, and then we go to Lambeau Field to watch the game, I'm going to be lit the whole week.
Damn.
I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be... See you later, alligator.
Gone like a mortar in the sky of the 4th of July.
I'm going to be gone like Aaron Rodgers was out of the NFL.
Hey, he signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's not gone. He's still in the NFL.
That's not going to nothing's going to happen there, but that's just my opinion. I mean, I know people that are Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Yeah.
But they're not going to go anywhere. Come on, Aaron Rodgers is already washed up. Sorry to say. That's the truth.
You know what? He's got a big chip on his shoulder right now. Like, I don't know. I think to me it's a gamble because... Yeah, a part of me wants to say you're right. He's done and washed up. But that was with the New York Jets. I mean, anybody trying to make stuff happen with the New York Jets, honestly, that just sounds horrendous. Now he's going to a decent team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. So now will be a true test to see if Aaron Rodgers still got some gas in the gasoline tank, or if he's just, if he's washed up in retirement mode time.
Well, Pittsburgh Steelers are a project. They need a lot of players to beef up both their defense and their offense. But that's just my opinion about it. I'm not really too much. I mean, I just see what I see with my 2 eyes. I don't really pay attention. I'm not like all into the football season. I love me some baseball as well. I'm an Angels fan. Everybody knows that. So, yeah, maybe we'll go to an Angels game. I mean... Hey, you know what? It is predicted that...
No, we are going to an Angels game. You mean maybe we'll go to a football game?
That's what I meant. For my birthday. For your birthday, we're going to go to the Angels game. But for my birthday, we're probably going to end up going to Lambeau Field, hopefully. God willing, we'll see. Only time will
No,
tell.
no, because my birthday, the Angels are gonna be in Toronto, Canada. So, and then because the error I made and the way
Well,
the
no, no.
money's set
So
up,
okay. So what are we gonna do?
not gonna
What
make
are
it.
we planning for your birthday, which is already this Friday?
I don't know. Well, like when you told me on the last episode, what would I do if I had all the money in the world?
We don't have all the money yet. Maybe in 2 or 3 years, maybe.
Well, yeah, my birthday. I like to think I have all the money and do whatever I want. I don't know. Probably hit the racetrack, go through some laps, racing or something, or swimming.
You have to tell everybody that it's
running.
not horse racing because people are gonna think that you're horse racing, or dog race. Well, that's mostly in Florida, the dog racing.
I mean, honestly, any kind of racing would be really fun, but motorsports actually probably be the best. So maybe like K1 speed, go karts, something like that. That'll be a good time.
So since we're thinking about the future, and we did already sort of mention it at the beginning of the podcast. Now that we got the birthday situation out of the way, we're thinking about. I mean, I already said it. I'm really consistently thinking about like putting money into crypto right now, and I could give a good recommendation, but I don't want to give it away because this tip was given to me by a not a roadie, but a carny actually. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I sort of told my wife, hey, should we invest? Yes or no? This, that, and the other. And she's like, oh, I don't know. Let's discuss it. And fine, that's fine because it's going to benefit both of us,
I mean, definitely investing. Yes, you got to invest. Whether investing in coins or the digital currency. I mean, there's risk involved, but yeah, definitely it's an asset, and it's always, assets over liabilities. If you're gonna choose, should we invest money in digital currency versus money on, I don't know, what's like a liability, a new car? The digital currency has a better. Oh, then again, a car could get you around, but it's still considered an asset. So I
need both. I need digital currency and I need a car. I mean, I want a car. I don't need a car. I already have a car.
Yeah, you want a car. Your car is not too shabby. I mean,
I
was trying
want
to
a
buy
car.
your car possibly. I don't know, maybe.
You don't want to buy my car.
Maybe not.
Well, the same lady that made me the recommendation that she had an idea for something today when I picked her up, is she also said, oh, I want to buy my car. But when I give her my business card, that's another thing. Actually, that was my next topic that we're going to discuss one day about how people... and it's not in my situation, but how people always talk the talk, but they never walk the walk. That's going to be the next podcast, I think.
There you go. That sounds pretty good. But, I mean, regarding this digital currency thing, so see, this is the thing that really trips me out, like, about the whole government. And now I can see why. I mean, I don't know if you guys are keeping up with the whole social media. A lot of people are saying, I don't want to celebrate America on 4th of July and not doing fireworks. It's like, okay, each your own prerogative. I mean, at the same time, it's not. I mean, burning up money kind of sucks when money, we use money as a resource. But one thing that does kind of grind my gear is this new bill that California passed. The technicality is called AB 1052, which lets the state seize crypto and wallets inactive for 3 years. Like, really, that's crazy. Like
seize, not seize, like with your eyes. Seize as in
seize,
SEIZE.
Seize as in like come over, take over, and colonize.
Yeah.
That is insane to me. Because, okay, the point of an asset to me in my eyes is like, okay, I'm going to invest with Coca-Cola, or I'm going to invest in, I just use Coca-Cola because Warren Buffett, he's, a really good investor that I've always kind of read about, whatnot. But in assets, you want to invest for the long term. You don't want to invest. I mean, yeah, you could make a quick money, and people make money like that. You buy this company, this stock, and then you sell it like the next week and make $10 times 1,000, which comes out to a lot of money. But ideally, when you invest, you want to buy like in 1995 and then set it and forget it, and then you sell it. You look back like a couple 20, 30 years later. Oh, now I'm going to sell it in 2020. But if you try to do that in California now, if you can't, because what does it say? If, what I say? Lets the state seize, take over your crypto money and wallets that are inactive for 3 years. Like, literally, this new bill, like, back in 2020, I put like maybe $200 in Coinbase. And I just kind of left it there, and I was like, screw it. I'm just going to let it float and let's see what happens. So it's always been in the back of my mind, like, oh, I wonder how that's doing. But I haven't checked on it because, I mean, I don't really have time to check on it. I'm just like, well, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's doing good, or it might be doing bad. But now, thanks to this thing that they passed, I was like, really? It's literally been 5 years since 2020. I mean, 6 or 5 years, something like that.
So the only remedy you have is move out of California, basically. We're going to have to do that. Cali Current Podcast might be leaving California anytime soon because I want to start investing, and you already have money invested. That's not fair. That's BS.
That is major BS because basically crypto left unused on exchanges could be treated as unclaimed property.
It's BS.
If you don't respond to notices, your Bitcoin gets locked up by the state.
It's horse crap, actually. It's worse than BS.
That's crazy.
But point being is that newsflash, breaking news: LeBron James picked up his $52.6 million option for his last official season with the Lakers. Yes, thank you, Lord. We want him gone. We don't care about him anymore. He should leave LA after this season because he's already washed up like Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Now maybe half of
okay, speak. I am not going to go to a Lakers game until he's gone out of LA.
I'm going to hurry up.
He stops playing at least.
I'm going to hurry up and try to go watch more Lakers games before he's gone. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
This man, in my opinion, he's one of the best in basketball to do it.
I am not coming with. I was a Kobe fan through and through, and Kobe is my only person that I cared for watching. And I did have the privilege of watching him when in the first level when I went to my last Laker game.
Yes, I did enjoy watching Kobe. You know what? LeBron James is also really good. Unfortunately, he is getting aged. He still gets down. He's still able to handle the full game playing. So, hey,
you heard it here
I'm
first.
Glad he signed up for another year.
You heard it here first on the Cali Current Podcast. He only picked up this $52.6 million option because he knows the team's going to suck and he's going to take all the money because that's what, and I'm sorry to say, that's what Kobe did. Because Kobe is the legend. He deserved that money. LeBron doesn't deserve that money. He hasn't done anything for the team.
At the end of the day, these are professional athletes. They got to do what's in the best interest for them and their family, and no one likes to lose. So clearly they're going to give it their best. And I wish the best of luck to the Lakers and us.
Well, there it is. Everybody heard it here first. We're making predictions on the Cali Current Podcast that are hopefully going to come true. So eventually this Cali Current Podcast is going to be called Informative Entertainment. Plus, we're also profits. The profit of Cali Current Podcast, Informative Entertainment.
And also just watch out, though, because that whole digital crypto thing, basically, if you don't have no activity in 36 months.
If you're living in Cali, by the way, that's only for Cali. A new regulation.
In freaking California, man. You're going to have to either move it, trade it, send a token, or make it active. And that's crazy, though.
Regardless, it doesn't matter. In 3 years, it's a long ways away, but anything can happen. And maybe by then we'll be, in Texas or something, whatever. I don't know.
But another common saying that say, like, if you don't have the keys, you don't have ownership. Meaning a lot of these platforms, I mean, as many of viewers as we have or whatever, not. If you research, like, even me, like, I like to go on, like, the easier platforms because they give you a return, but it's not the actual Bitcoin. Like, if you go to Robinhood.com, that's an investing platform, and you purchase some Bitcoin.
There's an app.
Yeah. That's not the real Bitcoin, because the real Bitcoin, I mean, it's kind of in a sense illegal because they would use it. The original people on the internet would use it to buy, illicit substances on the internet. So it was actually used as real money. But now this Bitcoin that they sell on exchanges like Robinhood and other crypto exchanges like Coinbase, they don't give you what's called the keys. The keys is like a digital wallet. So long story short
is that you really got to think about what you want to invest in if you're going to get into the crypto game.
And try to make sure you get the keys. I mean, you don't need to have the keys, but if you don't have the keys, most likely you're under the regulation of the government or the state, wherever you belong to. So if you want the original, the real stuff, the real Bitcoin, the real key, you got to make sure to have a keys. Make sure to have a digital wallet. Look into that, because if you don't have the keys in the wallet, then you're gonna be regulated.
All right, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you. Thank you for everything. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, and also leave a comment in the comment section if you have any future top of episodes that we can get into that you would like to hear about. Thank you very much.
Most definitely. Peace out, everybody.
We love you. Take care. Bye. Happy 4th, everybody. Be safe. And don't get sunburned, okay? The sun's going to be crazy hot. It's already getting there.
Sunblock.
Especially in SoCal.